Atlanta News First Plus starts now with the First Alert Weather Day.
First Alert meteorologist JD Dishern here, and I wanted to kind of update you on what we have going on for tonight, plus the other potential rain chances we have as we head throughout the next 7 days, and cooler temperatures that are going to be rolling their way in as we head through the weekend. So, we got a lot of, things to cover here as we make our way into the afternoon. So we're going to start off with a live look at radar, and that's going to be showing not as stormy conditions as we had earlier today, but still a lot of rain across the area here. Now, notice as we zoom things in just a bit, we are going to be seeing the potential for more showers up into northwest Georgia. These were some pretty strong storms as we were like maybe an hour and a half ago. We were seeing winds at about 30 miles per hour on the leading edge of this, frequent cloud to ground lightning. Now, for the most part, maybe a bolt out of the blue every once in a while, but we are going to be looking at the, rain being the bigger story now, just the downpours as they move off to the southeast. So Cartersville, Emerson, the leading edge of it's moving down I-75, Aragon, Rockmart, Taylorsville, all starting to move your way. If it holds together, Dallas, Kennesaw, Ackworth, maybe rain heading your way. Marietta could be looking at another round of showers pushing on through. So zooming into the metro a little bit tighter. So this is kind of centered on the city of Atlanta right now. We do have some light showers, maybe a moderate shower every once in a while embedded in this. Sliding off towards the east, moving about 15 to 20 miles per hour. And you notice it is starting to kind of weaken just a bit. We're going to notice that trend continuing through the evening and into the overnight hours. And here's where we have the heaviest, steadiest rain. It's going to be south of 20, really south of 20. Here's where we've seen the majority of our showers and storms as we've gone throughout the day. So from Upson County up into Lamar, Butts, down into Monroe County, and over in towards Putnam County. This is where we're seeing some moderate to heavy rain, but not a lot of lightning. That's all staying out to the east of Lake Oconee and will continue to slide out to the east as we head through the next several hours or so. So we're going to see these really kind of fizzle out. Really, the showers have kind of stabilized the atmosphere, so I think the majority of the moisture that we're seeing right now is going to be more showers through the evening, and then by the time we get to sunset, maybe about midnight, these are going to start to dissipate and die down. So looks like a quiet night as we head through there. But if you have dinner plans in the next hour or so, have the umbrella handy with you just in case. Tomorrow, another First Alert Weather Day, but look at these temperatures, 82 degrees for your Saturday, 76 on Sunday, also a First Alert Weather Day. And then Monday, 75. Our average low this time of year is 72 degrees. So our high temperatures are trending towards what our average low is. So that's a huge shift from earlier this week when we were 10 degrees above average to now we're trying to trend 15 degrees below average. So over the course of 7 days, that is a 25-degree swing in terms of our high temperatures. Honestly, I know everybody's got plans this weekend. Hopefully, if you have them tomorrow afternoon, you'll get them off because most of these showers tomorrow are going to be later in the day, kind of a drizzle or mist throughout most of the afternoon. But I'm going to enjoy the cooler temperatures. I know it's not great pool weather. I know it's not great lake weather if you want to head out, but it is a break from the heat index over 105 to 110. I was outdoors last week on my off days, and it was miserable. I felt like just, melting into a puddle. So at least we'll get a break from that before we start to return to a more traditional August heat. But that's not going to be for quite some time as we head throughout really the next week or so. So let's take a look at these temperatures right now. 77 in Atlanta, 75 in Rome, 71 in Covington, 79 in Eatonton. And then for folks over into the Gainesville area, we're looking at 87, 85 in Blairsville, and then 73 in Noonan. So you can kind of see who's had the showers, who hasn't. Anyone in the 80s has not had the rain. The 70s has. And that's really affecting our feels like temperature. Canton hasn't had the showers. They feel like 92. Feels like 92 in Gainesville, 94 in Athens, 92 in Eatonton. Everybody else, though, feels like the temperature because those showers really did help to cool us off. We topped out at 94 degrees for today. 73 was that morning low. Put it all together, and we're looking at about 2 degrees above average. Nowhere near the records for either one of them. I know it looks like we are close with the high, 94 close to 99, but this time of year, it takes a lot to get us up into that upper 90s, low 100s. Obviously, we did it earlier in the week, but it really takes a huge high-pressure system to move on in. So far, in the last 24 hours, we picked up almost an inch of rain. 77 is what we're looking at right now in Atlanta. 78 is what we are feeling like. And temperatures will hold steady throughout the rest of the evening. I don't really expect us to see too much in the way of a change with the temperature, we're going to hold steady really where we're at right now all the way into tomorrow morning. But what that means is it's a pretty humid start. Upper 60s to lower 70s across most of North Georgia, mid 70s inside the perimeter. So we are slowly starting to trend a little cooler, but we're not dry. Even though the front's past us, we're not expecting a dry, cooler air. That means tomorrow still dealing with showers. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder. We didn't put the lightning icon on there because the bulk of this is just going to be a cool, caveat again this time of year, cool rain as we go through your Saturday and your Sunday. And really Saturday is going to be mostly in the evening hours. And we'll time that out in just a few. So for your Saturday, first alert weather day, cloudy, cool, drizzle, showers. Sunday, first alert weather day, cloudy, cool, drizzle, showers. But a better chance of rain, I think, going into your Sunday afternoon. So Sunday, you may need to alter your plans just a bit. Meanwhile, we're going to be looking at cooler temperatures, upper 60s for the North Georgia mountains, maybe even around Lake Lanier. Low 70s elsewhere, mid 70s inside the perimeter, and we may even be cooler on Monday. Some of the models are hinting this could stick around a little bit longer. But notice those high temperatures stay well below average. So we're 10 degrees below average on Tuesday, still 5 degrees below average on Wednesday. The temperature will start to swing back up a bit. I think we're going to be looking at our temperatures getting back more towards the August average as we head not into this weekend, obviously, but into the following weekend after that, the second weekend of August. So here's the chance of rain. It's pretty elevated. The lowest chance of rain we have in the next 5 days is 40%. Actually, that's pretty decent and typical in the summertime. And when that happens, you know it's a pretty soggy weather pattern that's going to be moving on in. So and that's one of the reasons we do have first alert weather days for Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. And depending on Wednesday, we may have to add that in as well, just because it looks like shower chances and storm chances are going to begin to increase as we head into the middle of next week. So overall, here's that 7-day forecast. We'll start off with tomorrow. 82. We're going to notice showers moving in as we head throughout the day. This is not pausing, so I kind of want to slow it down for you a bit. By 1 o'clock, starting to see some showers and storms popping up. Again, most of the storms would be back out into Alabama. I don't think we're going to see too many lightning bolts in our area. But notice as we head through the afternoon, it continues to kind of stay out towards the west. That's because the colder air is filtering in from the northeast, and they're kind of clashing. Wherever that boundary set up is where we expect to see the showers. Right now, it looks like to be the west metro, and then shifting to the east overnight into downtown Atlanta, and then back out towards Athens as we head in towards early Sunday morning. And I think that's why we have a better rain chance heading into Sunday, is because that boundary is going to pull back just a bit. We're still going to get that cooler air, but we're not going to have that pushback on all the rain. Speaking of the cooler air, here's your Sunday, 76 in Atlanta, 70 in Gainesville, 68 in Helen. Athens may not make it out of the 60s on Sunday, 73 in Eatonton, 72 in Carrollton and LaGrange. And Tuesday, the following day, a first alert weather day. And that's because showers and storms return to the forecast. So it's going to be, a slight warm up from what we see on Monday with a 40% chance of showers and highs in the low to mid 70s. Tuesday is what we're going to be looking at with morning rain becoming heavy, widespread, and maybe even torrential downpours by the afternoon. Tuesday is a day where we have the potential for some flash flooding. So that's one of the things we're going to have to keep an eye on here. Tuesday, they've already marked us in a 5-day outlook for the potential for flooding. Not uncommon, but at the same time, it does kind of give you, hey, this is a heads up thing. You need to pay attention to it. Obviously, the forecast can change, but typically when they do that, it trends up. It doesn't trend down. That being said, obviously, we're going to keep an eye on it as we head throughout the weekend. And then going on in towards the rest of the week, you can see Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 40 to 50% chance of showers and storms. Temperatures are going to be climbing right back up into the mid-80s, and I think we're going to see mid to upper 80s by the end of the week for your Friday. Our morning temperatures, upper 60s, lower 70s, about where we should be this time of year. Those two will start to trend up as we head into the weekend after this one, with low to mid 70s returning to the forecast. Overall, the next several days are going to be on the cooler side. Again, rain's not, preferable, but enjoy the cooler air while it's in place. If you're anything like me, you'll probably be complaining about the heat in about a week and a half. Although we'll probably be enjoying the pool as well. So it's kind of a give and take relationship. Otherwise, though, we're going to be on air later tonight. I'm going to be giving you the forecast on Peachtree TV at 10. Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez will be live on ANF at 11. And then tomorrow morning, Isaac Williams will be on air, online, and on the app, helping to give you the updates on the latest for your weekend forecast. So until then, have a wonderful evening.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert Weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text WEATHER to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.